Strypes, guys, it's great to have you back on the show, as always. Tell me about Slane, though. What was that like?
Incredible gig, yeah, fantastic. You know, everything that went right, you know, I mean, like, you know, met Dave Grohl, lovely man.
Oh my God. Brilliant. Was that a bit surreal? Like, he's just this huge superstar and they're chatting about him, like.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. Myself and Ross were lucky enough, we got to go back and we went to the dressing room and we got to hang out with them for a while. And it was just me and Ross and the Foo Fighters, and they were playing like Tin Lizzy and AC/DC. And yeah, it was madness.
That's wild. That's absolutely nuts.
'Cause I'm too shy. Said I'm too shy for the hometown girl.
You know, you guys have been touring for the last few years. What are your kind of coolest stories?
Bob Geldof actually in Sweeney's on Dame Street in Dublin, yeah, turning up and jamming with us on stage, which was amazing. Big fan of his, so that was exactly one of them. So
yeah, we went to see the Undertones in the Button Factory there last year, myself and Evan and Ross. And they started Teenage Kicks and said before, you know, we'd like to dedicate this to the Strypes. So to have Teenage Kicks dedicated to us was a pretty special moment.
I missed the jab, but I'm in with the hug. So can't you give me?
Is there anyone, I suppose, who's out there right now that you would love to collaborate with, work with?
Maybe Slaves. We quite like Slaves if they're up for doing a gig, maybe. Well, this isn't the platform to extend an invitation, but if they want to, we're up for it.
Love to do something with Hosier, he's cool.
That would be class.
Yeah.
The last time I was talking to you guys, you had your foot all wrapped up, didn't you?
Yeah, I had an operation on my foot. Well, that's as much as I'll say about that one.
No, you had an amazing cane as well.
Just look badass, you know.
Yeah, that was your excuse for the cane. I love that. Yeah.
You ain't going back with the rest, but I'm waiting for.
You guys have spoken before about kind of illegally downloading music and how I suppose it doesn't really bother you that much, and that it kind of makes you have to up the ante a little bit when you're performing. Sure. So can you talk to me a little bit about that?
Yeah, I mean, we really don't care if anybody illegally downloads our album at all, because, you know, we did it for all our artists that we liked when we were young. I mean, we love buying records and all that, but I mean, it doesn't make a difference to us because we'd rather kids knew the songs, and if they, you know, would spend the money that they were going to buy an album coming to a gig instead, you know, we'd enjoy that a lot more. So.
Yeah.
I mean, like, that's how we found out, like, loads of bands on YouTube, and that was like, you know, you look up someone like, I don't know, like Miles Kane, for instance, and then you'd find Jake Bugg would be related, and then you'd find out about Jake Bugg, and, you know, and it just goes on and on, then you might see us or something. So it's like, it's really good for bands coming through.
And as well, you've turned up on Paul Weller's album.
Yeah, that just sort of happened by accident. We did an EP in his studio last year, and he just showed us some tracks that he was working on, and he asked if I wanted to play a slide on one of the tracks, and we thought it was a demo, and he just said if it ever gets used I'll let you know beforehand and if at all. And he never let me know, and it just came up in Hot Press one day, like, that I was on his album, and yeah, it was class.
That's amazing. For Strypes, it's always such a pleasure, guys. Thank you so much, and I wish you the best of luck in January in the Olympia. I'll be there.
Thanks very much.
Will it be a good night's sleep?